I have received another package that I did not know was coming. A big surprise today when I went out to the mailman. I expected him to hand me a flyer, you know, buy this, buy that, and he hands us this package. Anyway, it's from our good subscriber, Atco. And he paid $9.45 to ship this thing. That's quite a bit of money there. I don't know about that. That's a lot of money, brother Atco. It's a lot of yard sale money there. Jeez. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and open it up. Well, we've got us some bubble wrap and a pouch. Let's find out what's in this baby. Alright, there's a little note in here from Atco. It says, "Hi John, I picked up a few portable CD players during my yard sale finds this year. I got more than I can use. I know you're a country music fan and play those old songs through your 8-track player." Yes, I do. "I thought you might enjoy having a CD player as well to listen to those old songs." Why is this camera not focusing? There we go. "Here's a CD player for you and your family to enjoy. This is not one that I use for walking while playing. It will work like that, but you may get a skip here and there when it's moving. But will work great sitting in a chair listening to the headphones. I'm including 5 CDs of some country music that I like too. I hope you, wifey, and grandma can get some use out of it. See ya, Atco." Well, that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. Well, let's take a look at it and see what it looks like. Well, that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. A GPX player. It says it's got a 20-track programming memory. Here's the headset that goes with it. That's jeez, you guys are killing me. You're killing me. Let's open it up here. Well, there's one right there. Right there. That's CD 1. I was pressing around the buttons earlier. Must have activated it a little bit. Yep, it sure did. You hit stop and see what happens. Alright, that's probably going to be good. And here's country 2. I got a bug on me. Get off me. It's getting late at night here. And 3, and 4. Well, this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat, brother Atco. This is very neat indeed. Let's see if I can get this thing to make some noise. Maybe you can hear it through the headsets. Let me see, what do I have to do here? Play. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see if I can get some sound on there.
Country music singers have always been a real close.
Well, I hope you could hear that. Well, I appreciate this, Atco. You're a fine feller, a scholar, and a gentleman, all the way from the great state of Maryland. Thank you very much. This is great. This is really nice. You know, you know, you wrote down there in your paper that maybe great grandma or grandma will get some use out of it. I guarantee you she will. She likes listening to some of that gospel music also. We have lots of CDs on that. She and the wife like listening to that. She'll sit in her room and listen to it. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, we all know what that means. Shout out to Atco. It's beginning to sprinkle a little earlier than I thought, but I checked the radar. We're supposed to have heavy thunderstorms all weekend long. Saturday and Sunday and both nights even. So, since there's not much I can do outside, I guess there's only one thing I can do inside. Cook! We're going to cook something. We're going to make Mr. Mac 5150 real happy again. Our poor old shed roof is in such bad shape. It's developed a leak, and I have been neglecting it of late. So as soon as the weather breaks, I will be taking 3 or 4 days vacation from work. I'm going to strip everything off that roof, and I'm going to try to put some metal roofing on there. It shouldn't be that difficult, you know. It's just a matter of framing it up and everything, you know, laying your your roofing felt on there, framing it up, and then making sure everything's measured right and spaced right, and just go ahead and screw it right to it. I don't see where it's going to be that big of a problem, and even if it does have, you know, a few blemishes when I'm done, who cares? You know, someone else can straighten it out later on. It's not like this is working on radios, right? I don't think there'll be too many problems with it, though. And if I get done a couple of days early, that's great. More time to mess with radios and things. But it does need to be done, both sides, actually. And there'll be a couple of pieces of wood underneath that need to be replaced in small areas. We'll take care of it all, I hope. The biggest problem is getting rid of the shingles. My poor old workbench is a complete disaster. Look at all the crap I got in here. I can't even see the top of the desk anymore. I do not know how this happens. I try to keep things somewhat organized, and it just, I guess when you pile organized on top of organized, you get disorganized. Oh my God. Anyway, right now I got that brand new light bulb in for the airline. Look how it lit up the dial scale, the signal strength meter. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Now, Brendan and I are going to be working more on this radio, utilizing this decade resistor box to see if we can't get a little more automatic volume control voltage out of it. And right now, I've actually got the ABC tube completely out of the radio. It still works pretty good, though. And I'm using my AM transmitter to transmit a little bit of big band music in. I like listening to big band music, especially over these old radios. But that tube I was telling you about, if I can find it, I don't even know where it's at. It was here. It's gone now. Don't ask me where it went. It's somewhere around here. Don't you just love it? Where the heck did that? It's a 24 tube, and I don't know what. Oh, there it is, way down in the back here. Anyway, this is I've got the tube completely out of the socket, as you can see, and I have the grid kept wire disconnected. And we're going to try to get that baby to work a little better, because right now there's no change whether that tube is in or out. Well, let's get to cooking, amigos. I went down to Walmart today. I have all kinds of fry pans, but I don't have one that's deep. And I wanted one that was really deep, you know, deeper than usual, because I'm going to put some grease in this thing today. And I don't want to have it splattering around everywhere. I have good cast iron lodge skillets. They're just not high enough around the outside edge. So I needed one. And I bought this Tramontina, I guess that's the make. It's Teflon coated, and it says made in USA. But is it made in USA? Let's see how dumb they think we are. Okay, every company thinks we're stupid. You know, Americans are stupid. They can't read, they can't figure anything out. So let's zero in on this and see what it actually says. Made in USA with imported components. Now, where do you think they came from? It says cookware, let me see, vessel proudly made, assembled, and packed in the USA using imported components. Proudly. Oh, what next? Jeez, you know, that's one way of getting around putting down made in China. Okay, or made in Thailand, or wherever, you know, the components are made. You don't have to put made in China if this is the way you do it. Just another way to get around the system. Alright, but it does have a 5-year limited warranty, which means if anything goes wrong, sorry, it's not covered. Alright, but I did get it. It's the only one I had there that really suited my needs because it had a lid on it. And the price wasn't that high. But I looked this whole thing as being Mr. Mac's fault. Mr. Mac's 5150, he's the one that caused me to go down there because I'm trying to make him happy today and cooking something. So we can put the entire blame on him. We're actually going to make 2 of our subscribers happy today. I've already mentioned Mr. Mac 5150. The second one is Old 64 Goat. Right there, Goat. Cured salt pork. He likes salt, that boy. He likes it. And we're going to go ahead and cut this salt pork up into squares. And then we're going to put it in that brand new frying pan that I just bought. And I just know that already Old 64 goat is saying, God, I wish I was in Arkansas with him right now. Well, there she is. And you know what this means? This means we're going to go into the rendering business today. Yes, we are. We're going to put this in the frying pan. We're going to simmer it, and we're going to render all the lard out of this that we can get. And then we're going to fry some chicken in it. Now, just in case that's not quite enough lard that comes out of there, because these are fairly thin. I would have liked to have had the thicker stuff, but this is all they had, wifey said. In case we don't quite get enough lard out of there to cook our chicken. Plan B. So she's beginning to render out pretty good. We're beginning to get quite a bit of lard out of there, liquid lard, but we'll probably have to wind up adding a little bit of Plan B, I'm afraid. I just don't think that's quite enough. We'll just wait and see. It's kind of a long process. You kind of simmer it out. You don't just fry it out, because if you fry it out, all the grease, the lard sort of has a tendency to disappear. You see, you want to kind of, you're rendering it out. See it right there? That's what we're looking for. Alright, we'll come back in a few more minutes. Meanwhile, back at the farm, here is our sacrificial chicken. A whole fryer, a Purdue chicken. You remember Purdue? Well, as expected, it's not going to quite be enough oil that I want, or enough lard, so a couple of scoops out of the old Plan B bucket. It'll help it along. It will help it along. We're just going to slowly simmer this. We're not in any big rush today. Oh, little Mac, he knows I'm out here in the kitchen. He smells that salt pork frying. And he'll hang around here all day till he gets some. He my buddy. He my little feller. He had to have an operation the other day. Underneath each arm, he had big fat deposits underneath the shoulder on each side. The doc was concerned it might be cancerous, and if not, they could continue to grow to where the poor little thing couldn't even walk, because they would get big. So I said, no, take him out. And he did. They were not cancerous, and he's walking fine now. Took him a while to heal up, though, didn't it, baby? Yes, it did. And the old chicken, we're making progress on it. I've got both of the legs and thighs off, and both wings. Next thing we're going to do is cut the back off of this thing, and then we're going to split the breast down the middle. We'll probably wind up cutting the breast in two pieces. So we're going to have actually two wings. It's two legs, two thighs. That's 6, and 2 pieces of breast. And if I cut the breast, in half, so that'd be 10 pieces altogether. The only part that we're not going to be cooking and using is the back of the chicken. Some people use that for to make chicken stock and things like that. I'm not going to do that. Our chicken is cut up. I cut the breast into 6 pieces, 2, 4, 6, and then of course we got our 2 wings and our 2 thighs and our 2 legs right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of divide this up. I've got some buttermilk here. We'll throw a little smoked paprika in there, in the buttermilk. And we're going to take a little bit of steak seasoning. That's right, steak seasoning. Put a little bit of that in there. That adds for nice flavor too. In the buttermilk. This is cultured buttermilk because they didn't have Bulgarian, which is what the wifey wanted. I'm going to put some poultry seasoning in there. And put a little more than that, I guess. And then we're going to kind of mix all that up. Once we get it all mixed up. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more thing I got to put in there. Yeah, we got to add a little of this. Not a whole lot, just a little. Put that in there like that. That's all we need, really. Now we can go ahead and just mix this up really good. And then once I get it mixed up really good, we're going to pour it in some all-purpose flour. We are almost ready to remove our salt pork. It's basically cooked on down to a salt pork bacon. Bacon, I guess. Same. Although there's probably a few less things in the salt pork than they put in the bacon for flavoring, because it doesn't smell exactly like bacon, but it does smell pretty good. Well, let's go ahead and get this old stuff out of here now. Let's stick it over here. And then, I think we'll be just about ready to fry some chicken. Yes, we will. I'm going to go ahead and cook the 3 small chicken breast parts first, because that's the kind that wifey likes. She likes the chicken breasts, don't you, baby?
Yep.
We'll go ahead and lay that one in there. See what happens. That'll be pretty good. It's been soaking for a while. We do another piece in there somewhere. Yep. Another small one. We'll just let her kind of cook around there a little bit and see what happens. Now from here on out, we're not going to use the lid. We're going to use the old splatter screen so we can see what's going on with our chicken. It's looking pretty good so far. Almost time to turn it. We're going to cook it on each side about 4 or 5 minutes. See what it looks like. You know, I want wifey's chicken to look good. And I talked her into frying up the potatoes in lard with some green onions and salt and pepper and whatever else she wants on them. They're going to taste real good. I think that skillet's too small, honey. I couldn't cook in a skillet that tiny. I don't use it that often. Well, we're still getting there. I threw a couple of pieces of the chicken that I want, unbreaded or unbattered, alongside what wifey's going to get right there. Hers is turning nice and golden brown. It takes quite a while, you know, to cook chicken like this. So if you don't want to just turn the burner up all the way and just burn everything. You got to kind of slow cook it. The ideal temperature for cooking this stuff is supposed to be around 350 degrees. Cooked until the center of the chicken is about, what, 165. I think it is 160, 165, depending on how you like it. But if you're in any kind of a hurry and you're trying to cook this sort of thing, don't bother. Just go down to the local Popeyes. Well, the temperature of the inside of our chicken is about 155 degrees. We got a little ways to go. Right at about 165 degrees, 168. Time to take it out. Well, here's our second batch. Ooh, it's looking really good, really good. I'll probably wind up eating some of that cold tomorrow, or maybe even taking it in my lunch on Monday when I go back to work. Gotta get a little clarity here. There we go. Looking real good. What was that noise? I think I heard a door knock. I did. Yeah, it is. I'll bet that's old 64 goat. And Mr. Mac 5150 came all the way here just to get some of my chicken. Fried in lard, salt pork. Yeah, I'll bet. I'll tell you what, let me go answer the door. And while I'm doing that, until next time, this is John.